Tucker Kraft here on the backside is hipped off with some depth. Again, the obvious thought process when I'm saying this for the defense is my guess is Tucker Kraft's not going to be there when the ball snapped. And my guess is he's going to leave, which means that 63 probably has to come out and block the defensive end, which means that the defensive tackle is probably going to be blocked by Royce Newman. And it's going to be a play side block. In other words, this all tells a story. And now you can run play action off this. You can run play action off of anything. You can run the option off this. So the split flow, the counter to the argument of, you're tipping by your stance, you're tipping by your formation is, well, we can run all these different plays off of it. And it's like, well, okay, but we can run our defense to predicate that we're going to stop this play, and we can fall into the other things, just understanding what your options are and are not. Like, for example, we know, looking at this right here, that if you try to crack block with Watson, you have a problem. If you try to do any kind of play side block with Tucker Kraft here, and he's off the line of scrimmage by a yard, and he's a tight end playing an outside linebacker or defensive end, they don't have the skill set to do that, so you have a problem. So the obvious thing for this Lions defense is, well, the flow is going to be to the left. The split flow on tight end is going to come back to our right, the defense's left. And they're going to look for a hole for Aaron Jones on a double team between either the center and the backside right guard, or the center is going to step play side to the left guard. So that's exactly what happens. As you see here with Myers has taken one heck of an angle, considering that Anzalone's damn near head up on him, and we're handing this ball off on the backside of the actual play design. So Jordan Love's opening to his right, handing the ball underneath, and you see where the hole possibly could be is between the two guards here. Myers has made it so that Anzalone could run right through that hole if he chose to do. So not much there. This is a tough block for John Runyon Jr. I mean, this is what a guard does for a living. 2-eye block, having to kind of force him to either get washed down or just hold him in place, being able to vertically drive him. This is an inside zone play. So is your hat right? Is your outside hand winning? I'm talking about your backside right hand, or are you getting locked out? Are you position blocking? Have you reset the line of scrimmage in a positive way or not? So right now, if you're looking at this and you're Aaron Jones, you're thinking, I don't really have a hole. If I try to go inside of the left of Runyon, he's getting pushed back. I'm going to have to jump. I'm jump cut early. Anzalone's got a free shot because Myers is taking a poor angle. And I'm probably going to have to hope that Tucker Kraft has some sort of collision with the backside defensive end, Agent Hutchinson, and make something happen here just from high athleticism. So he ends up with a 2 or 3 yard gain. Now you got Watson with his inside foot up. So he's going to try to crack block. You see that DeGuara is back, but now he's actually wide as well. So usually when he's going backside, he's not a yard away from the tackle. So again, you're just telling stories here. So you've got this bunch lineup with 11, 9, and 81. Tip of the spear being number 9. Why is he split like that? Well, he's probably trying to crack block. Okay, why is 81 wider than normal, but he's still deep? Well, he's probably trying to. I mean, these are things that it's just easy to read. And I'm not saying it's easy to read on film. I'm saying is when you're sitting, if you've watched a ton of film and you see this, you automatically go, oh, this is probably what's going on here. At least you have an indicator. Okay. This ends up being a good run. It's a quick toss to Aaron Jones. But you see the defensive end actually knocks Rasheed Walker off a little bit here. Or I should say Watson knocks him off a little bit. Rasheed does a good job of getting out. DeGuara does a good job of getting out and just getting hands on. All you have to do is get their shoulder pads turned towards the sideline and get hands on. Let Aaron Jones do his thing. Great block by DeGuara on the side here. And then this is a terrible call. I mean, we'll take it. But I don't know where the NFL is going with that. So now we've got 12 personnel again. 2 tight ends in the game. We got Watson coming down. You see that a little bit tighter split between the left tackle and the left guard. That tells a story. That tells a story. What does it tell? Probably that they're going the other way because the left tackle's worried about getting beat. You have a bigger split between the center right guard, the right tackle, and the right guard. Tells a story. What is that story? The story is that if the right tackle has a large split, he's not worried about getting beat backside. So what happens? And this is kind of in vogue now with the not only the Packers but a lot of teams. So they're running everybody to the right, and then they're going to hand the ball off essentially to the left, and they want the hole to be in that crease between kind of the center and the tight end here. We'll see where that we move that backside three technique and see what happens. Now, what's imperative then? That 89 get to Ancelotti in the hole, and that we do something on the backside B between Rasheed Walker and Royce Newman. You have to get up. You have to get up to your linebacker. You can't get up if you take a drop step and you bury your head into this B block like Rasheed Walker's doing. He's turned his body. And again, you're kind of fighting each other. If you just think about, force, you'd want to see, 70 and 63 be like this pushing forward. But what you're seeing is 70 and 63 pushing like this. So they're veering off. And now what happens is Walker's not a good enough athlete. Nobody is to redirect. If 55, the middle linebacker, wants to sit in this hole now, well, he's going to sit in the hole. And now you got nowhere to go. And it's not for any other reason than the left guard and the left tackle have just turned their shoulders to the sideline and they're pushing this down. They think they're doing a great job, but if you can't get to the second level on the goal line, I mean, there's nothing else stopping the linebacker from making a play. Look at Zach Tom on the other side. And again, this is all fixable, right? It's just you can't allow it because that's just we've shown enough reps, even in this small sample size, that they're prone to do this. They're talking about the combination blocks. So Zach Tom kind of gets caught, I think, a little bit with the speed of play here. So he's in a bad body position right now to allow this player to go inside. And they make a good play on the ball. If this is all we got 11 personnel. You see that DeGuara is off. He's in a position. He's looking across, suggesting that he's going to go across. They've got 7 in the box. They're showing now with the safety coming down that 53 is going to come inside. So what needs to happen over here if they're going to run to the left, which I believe they are with the lead blocker here. Okay, so they're going to bring DeGuara over. What needs to happen is there needs to be some sort of like triple call between the center, the left guard, and the left tackle. And all that triple call means that we're going to just pass all this off. Royce is now just going to take it right on the chest. And instead of being the attacker, he kind of gets stood up in this hole. Because you're playing with your hands outside, you're playing tall, you're not coming to this with a good hip hinge, hands tight, ready to strike and extend, punch through your hips, and have your feet chase your hips. And so now DeGuara's looking at this play, like, where am I supposed to go? He's kind of taking the hole. DeGuara slows down. Now Aaron Jones has to make a hard cut, which he does, and gets north and south and gets something out of nothing. But the reality is this play shows all you have to do is this is like when you make this call in the huddle. If the safety comes down to the end right here, you see him, it's an alert, okay? And you might just we used to make a bring it call. And that just means all the linemen are just going to step hard to their left now. So that means that Zach Tom is going to take the 3 technique. John Rennie Jr. is going to take the spiking 2-eye. The center's going to go up for the linebacker on the backside linebacker. We're talking now. Royce and Rasheed are going to take those 2 outside, the defensive end and the safety. And now you have DeGuara lining up on Ancelotti. This could be out the gate if you communicate and execute. Because we've talked about it numerous times on the show. Anytime you slant, anytime you bring extra people and you're able to cut them off, if you're able to account for them, there's nobody home. In other words, one person has to make a mistake on defense, and Aaron Jones can exploit it. What they're banking on is, and what shows up here is, Royce Newman gets plugged in the hole, gets plugged right in the B gap by, I think that's Charles Harris, and then they're not able to get up on the second level because the center and the right guard and the right tackle haven't communicated this needs to be kind of a bring it call where everybody rotates up. So you see Josh Myers, instead of trusting that John will be there, he turns his body the wrong direction instead of just running up, getting north and south and running through this block. And now 55's got a free shot on your running back. He ends up making the play because, of course, he's going to make the play. So this is kind of an easy run and call. You're down in the red zone, empty backfield. They got 4 down linemen. You see that Aiden Hutchinson we're going to count him in the count. Now they're going to run a quarterback draw. Probably the best run of the night. And I believe they go for a 2-point here. So we've already kind of seen the speed. You already can tell that outside, I think that's Ancelotti outside on the right side here. No, that's not him. Who is that? Well, anyways, on the right side of the field, the Detroit Lions edge player is going to have to account for Aaron Jones. And so what has to happen here? You have a slip call between the right guard and the right tackle. And all we have to do, because the right tackle, if he's going to slip to 55, you're not in any real hurry here because the quarterback's got to get the ball and run with it. Okay. So we don't need to pass him up. We don't need to make this easy for Aiden Hutchinson, who's, arguably their best player on defense. But we kind of do that. We just give a hand here. And for what, I'm not quite sure. But now you've put John Runyon Jr. in a bad spot because Aiden Hutchinson's job is to step down and take the B gap. Now he's going to play leverage at the B gap. Okay. It's not like he's trying to go through John Runyon to the A gap. He's trying to step into that B gap and then now take leverage on the B gap. So they run the slip. We call this a slip between the right guard and right tackle and right guard, right tackle. And instead of going through that player, so the guy spikes, right? He's going laterally. He's weak. You get your second step in the ground. You strike inside foot, inside shoulder, inside hand. You turn his body. And now John Runyon Jr. can run this guy into the end zone, run him to the sideline. But now Aiden Hutchinson is kind of in the spot he wants to be. Even though you don't see him right here, he's already recoiling off. He's going to end up making the play on Jordan Love. This is unfortunate, not because John Runyon Jr. isn't adequate. If he was an absolute bulldozer unit, 340-pound guard, maybe he gets this block. But Zach Tom can help him with this situation because 55's not making this play. If I go back here a sec, 55's not making this play from there if you just hang on because you're already on the 2. Right here, you don't have to shut the door. You can keep pressing and pressing and pressing, and all you got to do is take the wind out of that guy's sails. That's all you had to do. So, unfortunate. And I think that's it, really, for the game.